Hey guys, now there's a website called Not a Tesla app, and it shows a bunch of news revolving Tesla, right? So you can go over here and we have latest news, we have upcoming news, we have news about specific cars, we have news about their software. And if we click on, for example, latest, we have a huge feed of different news articles. We can just click on one of these. I just scrolled down over here and you can see that this one, like the 20th one, was about from just 2 days ago. So you can see that they post a bunch of different news articles. And all of these articles, as you can see, have links to external pages or to different internal pages in their website. And if I go back to their homepage and select this URL, and when you go into their Ahrefs profile, you can see that they get over 160,000 people from organic traffic. And I think the craziest thing here is that it's not this figure over here, but it's this over here. They're performing very, very well when it comes to LLMs. So as you can see, AI Overview, we see ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Copilot. And the reason why they're performing well is because they're coming out with a bunch of articles, news-related articles that are just being released in almost a daily basis. And so, for example, if I search for a specific topic, Tesla related, Tesla to create Tesla Diner in Palo Alto, we can see that this website is the second choice for the LLMs. And apart from this video, because Google Overview prefers to give you a video source as the number one, but apart from this video, we have two sources and they're both from April 17th and April 15th. So you can see that they're very, very recent. Today is actually April 17th. And this article is super, super recent, hyper recent actually, and it's already number two. And so the strategy that this page has is to just dump a bunch of valuable news information regarding Teslas. And if you're thinking about how they make money, well, as you can see over here, they have a bunch of ads on the sides. They also have a newsletter with like over 20,000 people subscribed to this newsletter. And other companies also have the ability to display ads in this website. So for example, you can you have a smaller price and you have the more paid package, as you can see over here, $250 a month. And it basically all revolves around traffic. But like, why would someone pay for these ads? Why would someone pay to be in their newsletter as an ad in their newsletter? Well, all of this traffic that they're getting is extremely valuable traffic. If we go back to Ahrefs and we go over here, you can see that we have the value of $51,000. And so what that basically means is that if a competitor, a direct competitor, a new competitor would want to have all of these keywords and pay Google Ads to rank against this website, they would have to pay $51,000 a month to do that. So extremely valuable viewers for the site. But if we go back to their website and we kind of think to ourselves, why are they doing this? Yeah, obviously they have a very high value target group that's reading all of this, but how can they keep up with building all of these blog posts, connecting it to internal links, external links, creating the images, creating the titles, and doing this multiple times a day? They must have like a huge team, right? No, actually they're using AI to do this. And more specifically, they're not doing some advanced keyword search type of thing. They're just looking for news and transforming these news into articles. And you can use this strategy really for any website. It can be like an e-commerce website like this one, or it can be like a Framer website or something in Webflow or in WordPress, whatever. You can use this strategy anywhere. The most important thing to keep in mind is that you can add a new section in your nav bar. You can call it, for example, like news. And then in this news page, you have a large collection of different news that are basically being posted every single day and that revolve around the specific thing that you're selling, whether it be a service, whether you're an agency and you're selling like a web design service or like an SEO service, or you're a SaaS that has a specific product and you're selling your product to a specific group of people, right? You're thinking about the types of news that these people would search for and creating blog articles for these LLMs to kind of source and eventually link people to your site. Now, you guys might be asking how we can get started. Well, first thing that you want to do is you want to go to arvow.com, because in arvow.com you want to go to your dashboard, and basically Arvow provides you with a dashboard where you can do a bunch of things SEO plus AI related. So you can not only generate articles, but you can also do automation. You can bring in your own website This dashboard will understand the context of your website and produce a pumping machine to basically pump out articles on a daily basis. And it can also provide analytics and reports to kind of help you improve your site's overall technical SEO. Arvow basically understands your site and is going to come up with a specific pipeline. So the first part of the pipeline is researching news regarding a keyword or regarding the context of your site. Then it's going to write those news articles, and then it's going to publish, and it can obviously, like I said, automatically publish to your site where you then get your new news feed. So for example, to get started, I'm going to click on create feed, and over here we can set up a keyword feed, create a news feed, connect an RSS feed or a YouTube channel feed. I'm going to go ahead and choose news feed, and we can give it a name. We can call it, for example, Toyota Tacoma feed. And then search query. Well, let's go back to this page. They sell Toyota Tacoma parts, so accessories, lights, and mats, and so on and so forth, kits. So we can write something like Toyota Tacoma accessories. And then we can even click on preview stories. So to see just like a glimpse of the types of stories that we get that we can eventually add to our site. And so, for example, 2025 Toyota Tacoma owner discovers hidden QR code for accessory discount. You can build a 77,000 new Toyota Tacoma by adding all 74 accessories. Leaked 2024 Toyota Tacoma accessories. So these are all like different news articles that you can use. You can even be a little bit more brief, like Toyota Tacoma. Click on preview stories again. And so we have like 2026 Toyota Tacoma reviews and road tests. New competitors aim to challenge Toyota Tacoma's dominance. So let's go back. Let's click on create feed. And so then we get our feed. And over here, it's very important to read that every 24 hours, this feed will be refreshed and new stories will be added. So you don't have to do any manual work on your end. And so the AI will automatically, every 24 hours, scan new stories and send them your way to your site. And the great thing here is that every story, it's going to give you different sources. So for example, this one has 5 sources, and I can just click on one of these and it's an actual real website that takes me here, 2026 Toyota Tacoma driven, tested, rated. And this is about the 2026 Toyota Tacoma reviews, comparisons, and model information. And what you can also do is you can set up a new campaign, and we can call this one, for example, Toyota News. Click on create. And you can also enable auto blog if you want to automatically post it to your site. And then we can create add news article. And again, we're just going to add Toyota Tacoma over here. Click on search stories. And then we can click on show advanced options. So we want the target country to be the United States, but you can change it to whatever country you want. The time range, we can even put it past 24 hours. And we can exclude websites. Maybe they're like your direct competitors and you don't want to show them. And then we can go ahead and choose the ones that we want. So for example, we want this review one, we want this one over here, this one, and this one. Click on add articles. And then we can basically go ahead and select all of them and click on generate articles. And then you can view the article that it generated. And this is all generated with AI, even the image. So we get this perfect image of a Toyota Tacoma in the outdoors, a perfect header image for this article, in my opinion. And then if we scroll all the way at the bottom, we can see the different sources that it got from these news. And if you're in the editor, you can go ahead and select certain things like this and add specific keywords, add more internal links, external links, rewrite in a different style, or rewrite with, in a sophisticated style, or make it more longer or shorter. And then at the end, you can even publish this article directly to your website by choosing an integration. And if you don't have an integration set up, you can easily create a new integration. And that takes us to this integration page. And for example, if you wanted to integrate this to Claude Code, for example, or to your website via Claude Code, you can go ahead and click on create integration. You'd need an API. You just have to copy this API key and ask Claude Code to create a .env file where you can store that API key. And then you would need a webhook over here. You get the webhook secret, and you also give it to Claude Code, and you also copy this ID up here. And then you can ask Claude Code to generate a callback URL to give to the Arvow webhook. And so we go back over here, we click on save changes, and then we can go ahead and click on publish article, and we can select that webhook integration, click on publish. And what's really cool here about Claude Code is that I, added that webhook integration and it failed. And in real time, it told me exactly why it failed. So it's going to fix that for me and send me a new callback URL. And now it says that your article was published. That's great. And we go to our our yoga site. This is like a yoga site, but I added the Toyota Tacoma article here, and we get to our article. It's right there. We have our different news sources as well, so I can click on them and they're directly inside of my design that I created using Claude Code. And again, guys, you can use this specific workflow to create a bunch of news articles every single day and automatically publish them to your site. Use that Arvow solution, connect it to Claude Code. With Claude Code, build out your website and connect those pages. And hopefully in some time, you'll see that traffic come to your site because of those news pages.